me just talk a little bit about boldness so that you know that the opposite of meekness is not boldness. The opposite of meekness is arrogance. Boldness and courage. You need to be meek and be courageous in 2025. The third beatitude, Mark chapter 5 verse 5, inheriting the earth, not after they are dead. The third beatitude has a way that it puzzles many people. It's puzzling to many people, especially in the workplace, in the world, even in the church, in part because they don't understand what it means to be meek and gentle. They think it is to be lazy, to be resigned to people trampling all over you. No, they think it is just to give in, to be persecuted by people and you don't do anything about it. No, that's not what meekness is. Many assume the term of meekness to mean to be weak, to be tamed, or deficient in courage. That's not what meekness is. But the biblical understanding of meekness is power under control. Jesus described himself. Jesus Christ is not timid. Jesus didn't come to the earth to be harassed by anybody. No. He actually gave up himself. He gave himself. It was not the Roman soldiers that killed him. It was not Judas. He said, unless a corn of wheat falls on the ground and dies, it abides alone. He said, you won't touch me if I did not give my life. I lay my life so that I can pick it. Look at Matthew 11:28 and 29. Because a lot of people think that meekness is weakness, being tamed, and people are walking all over you in the office. You're not talking, Pastor. What you're saying is that people, no, that's not messing up. Like you're a man and you are in a relationship, the girl is walking all over you, harassing you, and you're still there. That's not meekness, that's stupidity. You're a woman, you're in a relationship, the man is terminating everything and making you a mediocre, and you're still there. No, that's not meekness. That is the height of folly. Look at what Jesus spoke about himself. Jesus cannot associate himself of being a lowly and a meek spirit, and meekness becomes being tamed, being weak. Jesus was never weak at all. Let's see Matthew 11:28 and 29, and look at what Jesus said about it. 28 and 29. Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Look at it. He said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. He said, learn, for I am meek. Meekness is learnt. I'm not arrogant. Ask God to help you. God does not give money to proud people. He will just give you what will sustain you. Learn of me. I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. Learn of me. And Jesus can't say, learn of me, bad thing. Meekness is not weakness. Meekness is not circumstances have tamed you. No, it's not the opposite of boldness. People tend to misunderstand it. In Acts chapter 4 verse 31, let me tell you by definition what boldness is. When they had prayed and the place was shaken where they were assembled together, they were all filled with the Holy Ghost, and they spoke the word with boldness. With boldness. In verse 29, in verse 2 verses before this, and now the Lord behold their threatening, and grant unto thy servants that with boldness they may speak thy word. Boldness is courage to declare what God has said concerning your life. Boldness is courage. That's what boldness is. To say, I won't fail. Boldness is courage to wake up in the morning and not be depressed and pursue life. Boldness is courage. And God granted them boldness after prayer. Boldness is to speak with plainness of speech. Stop stuttering when you're talking about your life. Declare your vision. Habakkuk chapter 2 for 2025. Be bold in clarity. In 2 Corinthians 3 verse 12, he says, seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech. We are plain when we talk. We don't rabble rouse. We stand our ground. Christians stand their ground. Don't misinterpret meekness as turning the other cheek. No, meekness does not mean remaining quiet when you see injustice take place in the world around us. Simply sitting back and taking abuse in our families, in our church, and in our world.